So this is how cause. Now the second is also very important. Inner interdependence supported by conditions. We to have body to grow, birth, aging, so forth. It has many supports. See, as I mentioned, earth, water, fire, wind, space, and consciousness. They are called the 6 elements. Through these 6 elements, condition, we sustain our body. The earth element causes the solidity of the body, like the bone, flesh, the solidity, body. The water element causes the body to cohere, put together, combined, like a dust. If there's no water, it's just dust flying. But if you put water, they come together, they coexist. Like that, the water brings the whole body, so coexist, cohere, The fire elements digest whatever you eat, drink, and so forth. The heat of the body and digestion power, it's all caused by the fire. As I say, when you have a good immune system, digestion power, the food can digest very easily. When there's very little fire in the body, the fire is very weak, difficult to digest, difficult to produce the heat. That's why when old people, when you get old, 80s, 90s, then there's, very easy to get cold. Whereas young people, when the elements are strong, they're tough, they can run in the snow, to ski. But old people just when they get outside, they're shivering, because the elements are weak. The wind elements moves the breath out and in. The wind element also are moving back and forth, jumping around just due to the wind elements. The space elements create a space within the body to eat food. There's a space. You also go outside, walk around. It's all space. This is a space element. The consciousness element creates the 5 consciousnesses. And the afflicted mental consciousness. The 6 consciousnesses. See, without these conditions, a body cannot be born, and brought the combination of these and through the combination of these 6 elements, the body functions fully. Now see, it's not just one, not just 2, complete. So we need a complete these 6 conditions to have this body. See? These elements do not think, I establish this solidity and so forth. Now, these 6 elements, they do not think, like say the earth element, I have created the solidity of the body. The water elements, I have created the moisture, the blood. Or the fire elements, I created the heat, the digestion power. So they do not think that. The body also does not think I was created by these 6 conditions. But by the conditions, the body arises. It's called interdependent, interconnected. That's called illusory nature, you see. It's very illusory nature. Look at, you see, when you look at the moon's reflection in the water, if there's no moon, there's nothing to reflect. If there's no lake, water, there's no place to reflect. Oh, this combination, the moon's reflection is there. The ground, the water, the moon, all this. It's just moon's reflection. Like this, it's just reflection of the many causes and conditions. Meditate on this, you see. How things are constituted in such, illusory nature. Where we are creating the illusion, we don't realize how they constitute as an illusion. Like, see, you look at the internet. Oh, just all nothing but just illusion. If one key is missing, it doesn't work. So you have to make a lot of things put together, make that happen. That's what's called causes and conditions. As I was mentioning before, you see, if you email, if one's letter is missing, doesn't work. So you have to have the exact number what's created, the letter. When you have that, then it works. Like this, everything depends on the causes and condition. When we have suffering, it has its own complete causes and condition. So this understanding is called Buddha's teaching. On this basis, when you develop devotion, it's a cause to achieve that state. It makes it one cause. When you appreciate, there's one cause. See? Okay. You make a short break. Yeah. What? Yeah. I'm going slowly on this because it's very important, Yeah.
Thank you. Now we are in the 12 interdependent. You see, 12 interdependent, session this in the course. And link each other. And see, solve the aggregate the party. It will compose of many forces and conditions. 12 pictures depend. The outer 6 conditions. Look at this. Now I give furthermore, is truth 28. How many lifetimes does it take to complete these 12 elements of interdependence? To ask, how many lives to check complete in the gross level, very gross level, how many lives it will take to complete? The 10 noble women says, ignorance and mental formation are related to the past life. Ignorance created the cause or the karma, mental formation. When consciousness or feeling occurs in the present, then that consciousness carries the cause, and then from there is the man and form, conceive, says like six, increasing field, contact, so forth. But up to feeling occurred in the present life. Craving and so forth, craving, grasping, and existence, birth, aging, sickness, next life. To existence related to the future. Or you should say birth and aging, sickness, and birth, aging, death. This life, next life, that's one. Anyhow, this 12 interdependent in a gross way, it completes 3 life cycle. Then, then the cycle continues. See, so that way the cycle is continuous. Like this. Now, in the short form, it even like say, you cook a dish, suppose. Once you start beginning your mind, say today I want to cook. That's the beginning. Then, what you want to cook, you bring in all the ingredients. You know, then you are chopping all those, making dough, so forth. And then you cook, boil, fry, whatever you do. And then eat fish. So in that cycle, finish one complete Interdependence. It comes to one close way. Like a butcher, for example, in the Samsara case, through ignorance, based on ignorance, with the attachment, under the butcher brings the animal, bringing all this mental formation, killing, executing, because it's related to the, you see,
Six increasing field, contact, feeling, craving, grasping, existence there, and you killed, and that's killed, and that is existence, and you cook, you eat, aging, death, finish. Like this, no? Or even one instant, based on our ignorance, mental affliction manifests, attachment or anger. That itself is the mental formation. And that itself, when it has there some suffering, when you have strong attachment, anger, there's a suffering. Now that creating is the karma, and feeling of the suffering is the result. So in one moment, as earlier mentioned, that 3 groups, mental afflictions, karma, and result. See? So first we have mental afflictions, ignorance, attachment, aversion. That's mental affliction. On the basis on that, manifest the thought. That's the karma we create. In relation to that, we experience suffering or happiness. Result. See? So the 2 interdependent cycles in one moment. In the gross level, 3 lifetimes. Then less gross level, like 1 cooking time, or 1 slaughtering the animals. And then shorter, in 1 instant. See, first look at this, how the Dharma is precious, interdependently and exist. This inside, look inside the mind, not outside. All the modern scientists, physicists, they look outside, atom, dust particle, through that quantum physics theory, how they investigate. They see it. It's reality. Through analyze, investigate, scrutinize, you can see that. Now in the Buddhism, more to look inside. What's the cause of suffering? Ignorance. Still, for the modern scientists, are difficult to understand that. No? They have vague idea. The negative thoughts brings the negative reaction to the body through the machine test, how the brain works. Brain is just one. So when you look at it, this is the brain side of the suffering. This is a compassion like this. It's just one. But the mental reaction, the brain action changes, you see. It's a little mysterious, you see. So when the mind is calm, peaceful, compassionate, the brain relaxes, you see. It harmonizes the body. When the emotional thoughts are so strong, activated, the brain kind of a little more rough, and that affects the body. They see that. Even maybe they don't have a clue, the mind, consciousness, but they know through the reaction of the brain, isn't it? At the heart, you see. Buddha taught this all in detail, like this, you see. That's how precious it is. This is needed in the modern time. So much. This is not something like those who wearing robes. This is something we need in the public, whole in the society. See? Then ignorance. Now here, ignorance and mental. That's to finish it. Now the B, the interdependence of nirvana. Now it's the reverse. You see now. Second, I've read that. Yes. Now interdependence of nirvana is in reverse when one realizes all phenomena as the nature of pervading emptiness. Now you look at where's the ignorance. First of all, look at this, all analyze. No. As mentioned, the moon's reflection in the lake. Where's the reflection in the lake? If you investigate, it's non-existent. When you see that, the reflection is just illusion. So likewise, all the things. If you go to theater, you see the movie, big screen, a huge form, they look at this, all just illusion. Nothing but illusion. See that? But we are so attached to that, or dislike that. Perceiving something real. Like in the society, everything, like look at the Congress. representative from all the states. If you divide all this, who is Congress? Look at this, you see. Just illusory, put together, manifested. Then we create the world there. You see this? Just, this was not making empty, but how they exist within in the illusory nature, how things are manifesting. It's an illusion that dissolves our ignorance. So ignorance is dissolved, then there's nothing to manifest. See, then it's, then ignorance is ceased. Ignorance is ceased to exist. Ignorance has no place to stay. When that ceased, ignorance is dissolved, everything respectively ceases until aging and death. And then, when there's no ignorance, there's no way to have the mental formation, consciousness, name and force, so forth. When there's no karma to reborn or to born, there's no birth. When there's no birth, there's nothing to age and die. That's how I achieve nirvana, you see. That's how we practice Dharma. So look at this, meditate. For this purpose we are studying, practicing Dharma. As I mentioned many times, our optimal goal is to free from samsara. And this is how to free from samsara. This is called Buddhism. This is why interdependence is so precious. As it said, when ignorance ceases, the mental formation ceases, and so forth. When birth ceases, then aging, death, sorrow, lamentation, suffering, mental unhappiness, and distress all cease to exist. Thus, the vast aggregate of suffering ceases. This is called the five psychic, physiopsychic aggregates. Has no basis to manifest, and the suffering is exhausted. Now it's very, see, that's why Gampopa describes so carefully, see. So we study this and contemplate on this for our good reason. Everything is just manifestation. It's a reflection. So meditate on this, relax on this, dissolve all the ignorance.